Thank you,
Dr.
Dr.
Pratik.
Sumarache, madam.
Yeah.
Okay. I would like to thank Dr. Sumarache, madam, who she explained in detail about life skills parameters like self-awareness, empathy, effective communication, interpersonal relationships, coping with emotions. Thank you, madam. Now I
Thank
request Dr. Anand Dikshit. Are you there?
Ye- Yes, ma'am.
Sir, I'm giving you a presenter. You are in which ID?
Dr. Anand.
Dr. Anand.
Yes, wait.
Okay, now you are a presenter. It's my honor to introduce today's workshop second trainer, coordinator, life skills program, Dr. Anand Dikshit. Dr. Anand Dikshit, a dental surgeon and public health professional. Currently, he is working as training coordinator for life skills training project at Center of Public Health Department of Epidemiology, NIMANS. He has 3 years of clinical experience in dentistry. Dr. Anand works in association with many NGO. Doctor has worked as headache disorders, have worked on headache disorders, mental health promotion in media, public health systems, assessment during COVID-19, and also worked with Directorate of Health and Family Welfare, Bangalore, during first wave of COVID-19 lockdown. With this brief introduction, I now present before you Dr. Anand Dikshit. Over to Anand Dikshit.
Thank you, ma'am, for the introduction. So hope you all have learned the 5 life skills, and those were the little bit, the tough concept. Now we will see the next 5 life skills that is not so heavy concept. There is a light concepts. So starting, I will start with the next life skills, that is a coping with stress. But before that, I just want you all guys just close your eyes for 1 minute and take a deep breath. Before I will tell you the concept of stress, you should release some stress if you have. So just for 1 minute, just close your eyes and take a deep breath, and then we'll start. Okay. So our next life skill is coping with stress. We know that from last 1.5 years, we are suffering from COVID-19, and we have seen lockdown, and currently lockdown is going on. We face so much of stress in a particular time conditions. So I just want to know from all of you, according to you, what is the stress? You can write in a chat box, or you can on your mic and just tell what is the stress according to you.
Students, it's an interactive session. You can unmute yourself and you can talk. You can interact with the speaker. Or you can also drop your in whatever you react to, that's in the chat box. It's better you can interact directly.
Anyone? Yes, anyone? Okay, Shivam Sharma said stress something pressure. Oh, I cannot see the full message. Okay, the pressure. Okay,
Getting panic.
fine. Getting
Panic.
good. Getting panic. Right. It is the
Something
thing which
difficult
is
or
like burden
anxious.
or pressure. Okay.
Done.
Okay. 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 Response to pressure. Okay. Okay. Now we'll see. Uh, Stress is nothing. Stress is just a state of mind in which we constantly feel we have to more to do than we can. For example, if you see, most students are usually stressed with the thought of coping with the syllabus and their performance in the exam. They start feeling, okay, what will happen in the exam, how much I will get the marks. So these are all the things. So stress is nothing, just a state of mind. Okay, we constantly feel that we have more to do than we can. Okay, so I'll tell you there are two type of stress. One is distress and one is eustress. So with the one example, I'll tell you about the distress, like COVID lockdown during the day. One person said, okay, I need to be inside home for 21 days. How can I manage? What if I get coronavirus? Who looks after my family? What all happens to me? So these are the distress, unnecessary distress. And the second thing, which is eustress, like there are people who are remained at the home and enjoying the all the activities and television, seeing the television. So they are taking the eustress in a positive way. So always remember that eustress is a positive and healthy, while the distress is always a negative and unhealthy. So what is the sources of stress? If we see, there are four sources of stress. That is the environment. What if we take the example of environment source, that what if I go out and get sick? Better I should stay at the home. So these are the stress which we are getting from the environment. The second thing is the social thing. For example, what if I meet other people and get sick? Or looking at the media and getting stressed. Now we are seeing in in the media, print media or the electronic media, everywhere we are getting the news about the COVID-19, the death, and recently the war is happening. So now we are getting so much of stress by seeing the social media. The third source of the stress, that is a physical, means somebody like tell, oh, I am not able to go out for a run or play or work, I have to sit at home. So because of that person is not able to do the regular activity or the gymming, they are getting stress by the physical sources. The last source is the psychological thoughts and the emotions, means example, what if I get sick and who will look after me? What if I die? Unnecessary, these are the psychological sources of the stress. So this picture you can see what is the stress warning sign and symptom. So there are four warning sign and symptoms. Like from the emotional thing, you can see the warning sign is the moodiness, the agitation, inability to relax, feeling overwhelmed, depression. Okay, from the physical things, age, pain, diarrhea, chest pain. In the cognitive things, memory problem, poor judgment, constant worry. And the behavioral thing, if we see eating more or less, sleeping too much or too little, or sometimes we isolate ourselves from others. So these are the things where we can see the warning sign and symptoms. What is the stress responses? So when we get a stress, our body responses by four way. The first is the fight. If we take the example of today COVID-19 condition, so fight your body, how your body will respond. If you no if you are stressed, you go out and fight COVID-19 by helping others, like our frontline workers. They are going outside. Some of the member from the NGOs, they are going outside distributing the food, clothes. So they are the person who are responding by giving the fight. The flight response means if you are stressed, you run away from the COVID-19 by staying indoor and looking yourself in your room and not talking to anyone. Just in a room, you are isolating yourself. You are not want to talk to others also. So that is also a stress response. The third response is the freeze. Means if you take the example of COVID-19, you are stressed. You do not know what to do, whom to ask, where to go. You just freeze. You don't know what to do next. So that is the response. That is a freeze response. The next and the last thing is the compromise. Means if you are stressed, you compromise and stay home following the government rule. Government continuously telling the the rule, they are giving the guidance, WHO giving the guidelines. Okay, so you just follow that rule and just sit in the home and enjoy the activities. So how we will cope with the stress? So there are multiple techniques, there are multiple things from where you can cope with the stress. The first thing is the relax, just meditate, just give a 2 minute silence to yourself. Close your eyes, take a deep breath. Okay. The next thing, you can take healthy food and the healthy sleep. Almost 7 to 8 years you should take a sleep. Do the exercise every day, do the 30-minute exercise, spending quality time with the family, talking to friends and family over phone, and be here and now. This is the beautiful concept of here and now. I will tell you later what is the mean of here and now. Okay. So these are the some salient points during this COVID lockdown situation. You should follow these some points. Like, it's normal. See, don't feel panic. Normal stress is very normal thing. Sad, confused, or scared or angry during the lockdown. It's a very normal thing. But what you have to do to overcome from this stress means you talk to the pupil you can trust, means the trustworthy person, the close person. You should talk. Maintain a healthy lifestyles. Okay, just remove the junk food from your diet. Don't smoke, drink, or drugs. uh, then get the fact rights. Don't believe on the myth or the rumors around you. And this just limit worry, or by lessening the time, just keep yourself away from the social media. So these are the some things you can try to cope with the stress. Now, I will tell you, and I will give you a very beautiful mantra or Ramba to relieve from the stress or coping with the stress. That is called the boundary management activity. It is, we are always aware about the time, about the task, about the territory, about the role and feeling we play in our daily life, but we don't know that they interfere with each other and cause stress. Okay, so time, task, territory, role, and feelings, they always interfere and cause the stress. Now, let us see through one of the activity that how we can implement boundary management activity to cope up with the stress. So I will explain you the boundary management. So what you have to do, that you should draw this table and divide the table in time, task, territory, role, and feeling. And I just want your active participation. Believe me, once you follow this activity, most of the time you will overcome from the stress. So what is the time means here? Means how much time do you have with you now? Divide it on hourly basis. Like, every day from morning you wake up at 7 to 8 a.m, then you went for the fresh up, and then you have breakfast, then there is a school timing or college timing or official timing, then you come back evening time, have a snack, and then the dinner time, and go for the sleep. So you just divide the time. The task is, what are the activities you are doing in the time available to you now? How are you keeping yourself busy? Okay, then the territory is, what are you doing these activities? Okay, then what is your role while doing a particular activity in the given time? The role is, what do you feel when you are doing the activity? Okay, so these are the things. I just want your active participation, and just I'll give you the 2 minutes. Just make this chart, and any volunteer, any participant can show me the chart. I'll just, if any query you can ask me, I'll give you the 2 minutes. Just make this chart. Any responses, ma'am?
No, sir. There are some questions related to this stress. What do you do to
Yeah.
avoid the conflicts? We'll take that later. Or now only you'll take. They have put a
Hello.
question. They have put a question that what do you do to avoid conflicts?
Yeah, I'll tell you. Ma'am, it is okay if I'll take all the question at the end.
Yeah.
Okay. Any responses? Any volunteer want to tell?
Students, you can unmute yourself. You can talk directly and bit louder, please.
Okay. So we will see. Okay. So now you can see this chart. By this chart, we can understand the boundary management. So suppose 6 to 9 a.m. there is a task, means freshen up, spending time with the family, have breakfast together. Okay. 9 to 5 p.m. there is a work. Then after 5 to 8 p.m. is spending time with the family. 8 to 9 there is a dinner. 9 to 10 p.m. watch Ramayana or anything. And 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. there is a sleep. So this is the task. So 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. what is your territory? Means what is the place? Means the place could be the hall, dining area, sit out area. Then at the same time, what is your role? You are working 6 to 9 a.m. You are a husband, you are a father, you are a child. And what are you feeling? You are feeling excited, you are feeling happy. But at the 9 to 5 a.m. your task will change. Okay, so you will work. Territory is your office room. Role, you should be official if you are a student. So if you are going to the school, you are a student. And what is the feeling? Means you are very disciplined. Then will you come back and 5 a.m 5 p.m to 8 p.m you spend time with the family. The territory will change. Hall, sit out area, the role will change. You will become a husband and father or child. And what are the feeling? Means you are excited, you are doing a fun. Okay, so likewise, what is the meaning? Like each, you know every moment has a particular task, territory, role, and feeling associated with it. Awareness about each moment along with the task, territory, role, and feeling is necessary to be the stressful. That is called a mindfulness. Means in a simple concept, if a student evening he is going to meet a friend, or meet going to spend time with the family, or going to meet with the boyfriend, or going to meet a girlfriend. And in the evening time something happened. Morning he was like he got a scolding from the office, or he got the scolding from the teacher. And the evening he is carrying the same emotion to the evening. Do you think he or she will spend a quality time with the family? No, he will in the same feeling about the sadness, about the frustrated person. So remember, each and every moment is a very important. You should not carry those emotion which started from the morning. Then you are on office. Then you come to the home and having the dinner. So always remember, just make the boundary management. Okay, divide your task, divide your territory, divide your role, and divide your feeling. So suppose if a student, he's getting scolding, and evening he's playing the video game or fun time with the family, he will not enjoy if he carry the same emotion which he or she got from the school. So he will not spend the quality time with the parents. The same thing is apply for everyone. So my dear friends, always make a boundary management, divide your task, divide your territory, divide your role. And of course the feeling is very important. If morning you are getting something and you carrying to the evening, nothing will happen to you. You will just ruin your happy and healthy life. So always try to cope with the stress with the boundary management. Okay, so in easy word, if you want to tell, there is a concept of here and now, and not thinking, don't think so much about the past, don't think so much about the future, just tell yourself here and now. I am in the present condition, I am in the present condition, and I will not think about so much about the future and the past. So just enjoy the present moment. So always tell yourself here and now, and do the boundary management. Definitely it will help you with the coping with the stress. Okay, the second activity I just want to tell you, and just want your active participation. Okay, the second activity is, think that there are four works in front of you. Okay, the first work is preparing a PPT for an online exam classes, making a monthly report and sending to the principal, rearranging all old records of your work, and the fourth work is preparing the food. Okay, so I just want all of you, from all of you, that just arrange these work according to your conditions, according to your situations. I just want you to arrange that work. You got, you get the multitask work. I just want to see that how you arrange this work. So I'll give you the 2 to 3 minutes. Just arrange this work, what work you want to do the first. I just want to see, and just I want your active participation in this activity. I'll give you 2 minutes. Any responses, ma'am?
I'll just check. No, related to this, no, there's no response. I got a question here that this is Shivanand Patil. Sir, it's very difficult to leave the phone. If I make it time table, I never follow it. And
Okay,
Suchita, she had sent an order that for her two first, then one, then three, then four. They have sent in a number.
Okay, fine.
And students, you can also interact directly with the speaker.
Okay, so now we'll see one concept, so that you can arrange your activity. It's always obvious that a multitask is always a myth. If you do the multitask, the quality work will not come. Okay, so our next concept is the prioritization matrix. How you can deal with the multitask work. Arrange. So just see, there are four boxes. Okay, and we have divided these four boxes to the urgent, important, not urgent, not important. So how to do the multitask work and avoid the stresses? So the first box, that is urgent and important. So write down write down write down all the work which you think that is urgent and important. Do first that work. The second box is not urgent and important, so that you can not urgent means there is no time limit for that, but it is very important for you. What you can do, you can mark in the calendar and make a arrangement to do the work. You can shift a little bit. Okay, the next box, that is urgent but not important. We always attends to our quality. Sometimes we cannot say no to other persons. Okay, because we sometimes we don't know how to tell the no. But always, my dear friends, when you have a multitask work, you can this the work which is urgent but not important, you can say no, or you can assign this work to the other person, that is delegate. You can assign this work to the other persons. The next box, that is not urgent and not important. So that work you can avoid, like gaming, or you are when you have multiple work and you want to play the game also, so you can avoid that. So these boxes, like, it's a distraction, so you can avoid those work which is not urgent and not important. So my dear friends, you can always multitask. You can use this prioritization matrix and divide all the work according to these boxes, and definitely it will help you a lot. So these two activity, the boundary management and the prioritization matrix, is very very helpful to coping with the stress. And always, science has always proven that when you do something for that, practice for 21 days, it will become a habit for you. So just try these two concepts, the boundary management and the prioritization matrix, for the 21 days. Believe me, you will improve. You will now, you will see the changes, how to, how to deal with the multitask and how to overcome from the stress. Okay, so now we'll move on the next life skills, that is a creative thinking. So anybody can tell what is the creative thinking in a chat box? Any volunteer?
Yeah, Shuchika, she has replied, thinking out of the box. And
Very
Likita,
good, very good,
she has replied, doing the work different from others.
very good,
Then Sunanda B, own ideas.
very nice, good. Okay, so as most of the participants have given the answers, and different answer, they already applying the creative thinking. So very nice to see those answers.
Yes, P.S.
Okay, so creative,
She has replied being innovative and novel. And Ananya
very
has
nice.
replied having different interpretations and put them in art form if possible. Then Bindushri creates something special from others. Then Vanita creating something in new way. Then Vaishnavi attractive way of walking. Over to you, sir.
Okay, so most of the participants have given the right answers, and they think creatively and gave the answer. Very nice. So creative thinking is an inborn quality. It is present in everyone. So it's nothing is a novel, ideas, appropriate solution to the problem of life, art, science, or any other domain. Okay, so it is always integrating with the existing knowledge in different way. Okay, so, what are the types of creative thinking? So, there are mainly three type of creative thinking. The first is the combinational. What did it mean? Means you have new combination of the familiar's idea. If we take the example of somebody like to play the guitar, he or she know the many chords. Now, what he or she will do? He will combine the chords and make a new tones. So means a combination of different idea make a new things. That is a combinational creative thinking. What is the exploratory, creative thinking? That is generation of new idea by the exploration of the structured concept. Means we have the concept, we know the structured concept. From the structured concept, we are deriving the new idea. Means most of them know, use of material for the road servicing. Many of, but the creator, creative thinking person know the existing idea, and he will derive from that idea and implement a new thing. That is the exploratory, creative thinking. The transformational means of some transformational of some dimension of the structure, so that new structure can be generated. So these are the mainly three type of the creative thinking. What? And we also divide this creative thinking in a two part, that is divergent and convergent. So we should know what is the divergent thinking and the convergent thinking. Okay, so divergent thinking is nothing, just a intellectual ability to think many original or diverse and elaborate ideas. Like, suppose a student want to solve a mathematical equation. What he will think? He will think a lot of idea. He will think a lot of the formulas to solve those equation. That is a divergent thinking. Means he is doing the brainstorming for that equation to solve. The next thing is the convergent thinking. Convergent thinking is nothing, is the intellectual ability to logically evaluate, critique, and choose the best idea from a selection of idea. Example, like to solve a equation of mathematics. Now from the divergent thinking, he has a lot of idea, he has a lot of formulas. Now what he will do, he, by the convergent thinking, he will choose the best idea which is suited for that equation. So these are the two concepts of creative thinkings. We can divide divergent and convergent. The question now next is rise, which is important, divergent or convergent? But my dear friend, both the creative thinking is important, divergent and convergent. So we will see the process. Both are equally important. So how we'll see the, so divergent thinking, what will give you, what are the needs, what are the possible solutions, means to solve mathematical questions. You will think a lot, you will go out of the box, and you'll think a lot of formulas to solve these questions. From the divergent thinking, you will collect all the ideas, all the solution from the divergent thinking. Now in the convergent thinking, what will you do? You will select, the best idea, you will select the best equation to solve this problem, and what solution to choose, which direction, that will give from the convergent thinking, creative thinking. So both are equally important. By divergent and by the convergent thinking, you can create a new ideas, you can solve the many problems. So there are some approaches involved in the creative thinking, like looking for many possible answers rather than one, engaging, engaging in reflection by looking at the problem situation again and again, see the questions. You will get a new ideas. One question, sometime it happen in a exam also. We don't know the answer of the a tough question. According to us, that is a tough, but believe me, when you start seeing that question again, you will get the answers. Making mistake, it's okay if you are doing a mistake. See, a mistake is nothing, it's just your learning. Okay, you will definitely learn from the mistake when you have a positive approach. Okay, so learning from what has not worked as well as what you did. So you applied one formula to solve that question. You know that you cannot solve, okay, that question from this formula. Next time you will not apply that formula. You will save the time and your energy also. Okay, so there are some other technique also to in the creative thinking, that draw or paint a theory on a paper. Believe me, it's a very we are in a modern area, era, and we always think that technique will always or electronic all thing will always change the human being, or the the traditional concept. But believe me, if you have any idea, just take a pen and a paper and just draw on the paper. Okay, that will imprint in your brain for a long time. And what other the techniques? Brainstorming idea, one topic, you will think a different aspect, different angles. So these are the some techniques which you can apply in a creative thinking. Asking questions, what if, or supposing, what if something happened. So always try to ask what if or supposing, and always take a stimuli from the new thing. Okay, listen new music, do different activity. You will definitely get some creative ideas. So now we'll do one activity. Okay, so just as Dr. Suma has already mentioned the rules, so and hoping you all have a take pen and paper. So what you have to do, take pen and paper, listen me carefully. Okay, so the activity is, take a pen paper, take 4 and 5 and make it 10. Listen carefully, take 4 and 5 and make it 10. How to do it? You should find. Now I just want to see your creative thinking. I'll just give you the 2 minutes, and you can show me by open your camera, or you can just write in a chat box. Any responses, ma'am?
No, sir. Related to this, they have not yet sent. I think they are trying with this task.
Okay. Yeah.
Students, you can interact directly. You can unmute yourself if you got an answer.
Okay. Now we'll see the answers. So as I said, yeah, after writing. Yes, ma'am. Anybody responses?
Yeah, here Suchika, after writing it in Roman number, she has mentioned. Then Dr. Girish,
Okay.
4 by 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 5.
Okay. See, I'm seeing so much of creative thinking, and I'm getting new ideas how to make a 10 by using 4 and 5. It's very nice to see. Okay. Some of them gave a very nice response and some creative things. It's even for us, it is a very knowledgeable how to make the 10. Okay, now I'll get enough responses and okay, Suchika gave some answer. Fine,
She has given
very nice.
formula.
Okay. So
Created.
see, we can
Okay.
see now the participants are started and they are implementing the life skills.
Yes.
Very nice. So our answer is like how to make the 10 by 4 and 5. Okay, so what you have to do, you have to just draw the 4 vertical lines. Okay, the simple lines, 4 vertical lines. Okay, and the next 5 lines, how to put it, I will show you. And see this. So there are 4 vertical lines. Okay, and I said take 4 and 5. So there is a 4 vertical lines, and the red line, there are 5 red lines, and we can arrange likewise and make a 10. Okay, so this is how you can create, means you can think out of the box. Okay, I have seen some of them have given the beautiful answers and very creative answers. So it's up to you how to, you want to the solve the problem, you want to solve always in a black and white picture traditional way, or you want to think out of the box and solve the problems. So very nice. Now we'll move our next life skills, that is a critical thinking. Okay, so I just want quickly, I just want everyone participant, just give me write in a chat box, and what is the critical thinking. I have seen that people gave beautiful answers about the creative thinkings. Now I just want from all of you, what is the critical thinking? quickly just give the answer in a chat box.
Yeah, Vaishnavi sent thinking to the point.
Okay, very nice. Thinking to the point. Very
Yeah,
good.
Sunanda B. She has sent difficult to think.
Wow. Difficult to think. Very nice.
Shivananda Patil making quick decision.
Good. Very good. Making a quick decision. Very nice.
Then Ananya, she has sent which can find faults. Then Dr. Uma Madam, she has sent challenging approach. She is a principal of HSK called KD College. Then
Oh, wow.
Manasa
Very
analyzing,
nice answer.
dividing it to parts. Then
Very good. Very
Anita
good.
thinking clearly. Then
Very nice.
Anusha
Thinking clearly and
independent.
rationally. Good.
Anusha independent thinking.
Yeah, yeah. Very nice.
Bindushri think clearly and rationally. Dr.
Very nice.
Girish making decision with time bound.
Very nice. See, I'm just seeing how much like all the participants suddenly, wake up and giving the beautiful answers. Now they are implementing the, creative thinking and critical thinking. It's very nice. I'm seeing the very, very critical answers also. Very nice. So we'll move. Okay, most of the participants have given the right answers. So as we have seen that last, creative thinking means what? Creative thinking means you are thinking out of the box. Okay, not a black and white picture. You are implementing, you are thinking out of box and giving the answer. But what about the critical thinking? Critical thinking is you always thinking and judging for oneself based on the facts and not believing anything blindly. Most of them have given the right answer, rational thinking. Okay, so always critical thinkings want the facts. Okay, and critical thinking is not answering the questions. Just listen my word. Critical thinking is not answering the question. It is always questioning the answer. Okay, when you will start this practice and you will questions the answers, you will develop a critical thinking. Okay, so it is very important to rely on the fact to understand reality and connect to it to solve the problem for decision making without adding to the assumption, emotional or tactics. We are, in a present condition, we are following so much about, myth, rumors, false news about the, COVID-19. But the critical thinker always, focus on the rational thinking, on the facts. So, what are the characteristics, you know, what are the characteristics of the critical thinker? So, critical thinker always there are numbers of characteristics, but I just mentioned few of them. That critical thinker is always are active. He is not a passive person. What it means active, that they ask questions and analyze. They consequently apply tactics and strategies to uncover meaning or assure their understanding. Okay, they always want a fact. They will not believe the rumors, they will not believe the myth. They always want the evidence, they always want the rational cheese. Okay, so these are the one characteristic. The second is non-egotistical view. What it means that they are open to the non they are open to the new ideas and the new perspective. They are willing to challenge their belief and investigate competing evidence. So open minded. So they are happy that other person will give the ideas, other person will give the opinion. They will welcome that ideas, they will welcome that opinion. They will not have the egotistical view. But if we contrast non-critical thinkers, they are passive persons. Okay, they will, whatever you will ask the questions or something, they will say yes, they will say no, they will say yes, no. They will not ask the fact, they will not ask the evidence. Their answers will be always yes or no. The same like non-egotistical view. But in the contrast, the egoistical persons, what they will do, they take their facts as the only relevant one. They will tell, no, my point is correct. Okay, I will not accept others' point. My thinking or my decision is correct. Others are wrong. So they will think like that. Okay, the next thing is understanding the logical connection between the idea. You should know, as a critical thinker, you should always connect the ideas and always recognize the assumptions. Don't believe on the rumors or the news which don't have any scientific evidence. So these are the some steps, okay, to become a critical thinker. So what are these steps? That becoming aware that assumption exists, then making sure that assumption should be clear and detailed, and the third step, assessing accuracy of the assumption by asking question to self in consultation with the others. What is the meaning? Suppose if I'll take the example of present COVID-19 situation. Suddenly night at 12 o'clock you will get a message that, oh, this is the Rambana of COVID-19 treatment. You will take a haldi powder, you will take this curd and make a solution, and take at 2 o'clock, you will cure from the COVID-19 condition. So non-critical thinker, oh, now I got the treatment of COVID-19, I will forward to my dear ones. He will not think, he will not go for the any fact, he will not go for the any evidence, he will forward that message to the dear ones. Or what they, if dear ones will follow, forward the message to the others, so that will reach to the thousands of persons. But the critical thinker will always see, okay, this message I got from someone, what are the fact? Is it really possible to cure the COVID-19 by giving this solution? Okay, so he will also go to the assumption, he will search, okay, is it possible to cure the COVID-19 by this way? He will always going for the facts, he will always going for the evidence. And the ask, and the last thing, that consultant with the others. If he critical thinker, he's not able to give the solution, or he's not able to solve that problem, or he's not able to find the facts, what he will do, he will ask the consultant. Like COVID-19 situation, if we don't know, okay, this information is correct or wrong, so what the critical thinker will do, he will ask, he will call the consultant, family physician, he will ask the rumors, he will he will cross check all the things. So that's how these are the steps. You should always know the assumption, the clear details, and if you cannot solve that problem, always consultant with the others who are expert for that. Okay, so what are the critical thinking strategy? I have already explained some of them. So these are the some critical thinking strategies that the rationality, always want evidence, always want evidence. The self awareness, once you know yourself, like Dr. Suma has initially started, and she had beautifully explained about the self awareness. When you know yourself, then you can guide to others also. The first thing, you always know yourself better. Honesty, when you are doing something, when you are a critical thinker, be honest with your work. Don't cheat with your work. Definitely it will not give you any good responses. Always open mindedness means what? Don't say that I am wrong, I am correct, I am correct, I am correct. No, open minded, always welcomes others idea, always welcome others opinion. Then what? The discipline, you as a critical thinker, always discipline. Make a chart, as I earlier told, that the boundary management. Be a disciplined person, you will get a good response. And judgment, what? Once you will collect all the information, all the rational things, then take a judgment. That is the some strategy you should apply as a critical thinker. Okay. Now I have given the concepts of critical thinking, some of the concept of the critical thinking. Okay, now I'll I just want you all guys just applied the critical thinking. I'll tell you one story, and let's see how many person will solve this problem. Just wait. So let's start the story to you only. You only participant. Think that you are a. Listen carefully. Okay, this activity always. One other thing. This story will tell you that how much you are doing the effective listening also. Okay. So always remember all the activity, all the life skills are interlinked. Okay. So think that you are a bus driver and you are starting the bus from Ramnagara bus stand to 25-year-aged male youngsters and 40 years old woman board the bus from Ramnagara. After that, a 50-year-old man and a 25-year woman board the bus from the Bididi, and at the Kengiri station, 25-year youngster will get down. At the Majestic signal, 25 years boy and girl get down. Now my question to all of you that in this case, what is the age of the bus driver when he reaches the Majestic bus stand? Quickly, I just want answers in the chat box.
18.
Shuchika, she has replied as 25 years.
Okay.
Then Vaishnavi, 18 years.
Okay.
Ananya, she mentioned 20 years. Then Girish, it's my age, 40 years. Vaishnavi,
Okay.
she has sent because I'm a bus driver. Again, Vaishnavi said
Yes.
driver.
Okay.
Then Nitin
Okay.
Kumar,
Okay.
C, he has sent 25. Sorry, yeah, 25. Then Rahul, he has sent 20.
Okay.
Then many more. Rekha, 21. Vaishnavi S, 20.
Okay. So can any volunteer just open their mic and just interact how they are how they gave the answer? What is the logic? Anyone if want to tell?
Students, you can unmute yourself and you can interact.
In the starting
So the
story,
very first statement says, yeah. Go ahead, Likita.
Hello. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. I
Yes,
can hear
Likita.
you. Just
Likita.
okay. Okay.
You
Most
go
of
ahead. Likita is not
okay.
available.
Someone gave the
Shuchika.
46.
Shuchika, you can go
Okay.
ahead.
Yes, ma'am. They say let's start the story with you, and you're only the bus driver, ma'am. So it's our age they're asking here.
Okay. Nice. Okay. So most of them have given the right answer. I can see Dr. Girish sir gave the right answer that it is my age. So it's always right thing that sometime most of them are very confused. The first the statement, if you have listened carefully, effective listening, that you are a bus driver, okay, and rather than confuse yourself with the others things, the other thing is just to confuse you. Okay, so critical thinking is always like you should always active listening also, and just rely on the facts. Don't see the rumors. So likewise you can apply your critical thinking in others life perspective. I gave the concept about the critical thinking. How can you apply the critical thinking? Okay, so you this is the simple example. You can apply those strategies, those features in your life, in a different events, in a different perspective. Okay, so now we will move on the next thing, that the decision making. Quickly, I just want your answers in the chat box. What is the decision making? Just a 1 minute.
Yes, Vaishnavi, she has sent taking a stand in any situation.
Okay, nice. Taking a stand in any situation.
Yeah,
Fine.
Shachika, she has mentioned making choices.
Okay, making choices.
Nitin Kumar, self ability.
Okay, self ability.
Sindhu Vishwanath, she has sent choosing the right one.
Fine. Choosing the right one. Nice.
Anusha, deliberate.
Deliberate. Very good.
Manasa, she has sent ability to make bold and right decisions.
Very nice. Make a bold and right decision.
Shiopampa, enacting the situation with reliable action.
Very nice. Reliable situation.
Then Vanita, accessing alternative resolutions. Vidyashri, standing with the choices we made.
Fine. Very nice. Okay, so now we have got enough of responses, and I'm very happy to see all the responses. Most of them have given the right answers. What is the decision making? Okay, so most of them give a right answer. What is the decision making? Nothing is just a study of identifying and choosing the alternative based on the values and preference of decision maker. Means choose the one that best fits for you, your goals, your desire, your lifestyle, your values. So most of them are correct. They have given the right answer. That identifying and choosing alternative based on the values and the preference of decision maker. So now we'll see what are the kind of decisions. Okay, so uh, I'll give you some concept of decision. So we can divide decision that three part, that the decision whether, decision which, contingent decision. What it is all mean? Decision whether, it is meaning that this is yes or no, either yeah or, decision that must be made before we proceed with the selection of an alternative. If we'll take the example, should I buy a new TV, or should I travel this summer? The answer is always yes or no. Should I go outside in this lockdown? Yes or no. So that is what decision whether means, yes or no. The next is decision which, means these decisions involve a choice of one or more alternative from among a set of possibilities. For example, which dress to buy. It's happened with most of the women's, like which dress to buy, either the one with the red or with the yellow. So now means you have a lot of choice. Now you have to choose one. So that is a decision which. The next one is contingent decisions, means these are the decisions that have been made but put on hold until some condition are met. My experience, I had planned something to go Goa, but because of the lockdown, I didn't go to Goa. So why I'm telling this, most of them had planned something, but because of the COVID-19 situation, we could not do that thing. We hold on. Still some of them definitely thinking, okay man, just finish this lockdown and things will be normal. I have already thought that okay, I'll go to the one tour, either Goa, either somewhere. So that is what, that is contingent decision match. You have already decided, just put on for, hold someone for some time. Okay, so these are the basically three things: decision whether, which, and contingent decision. So what are the components of the decision? So the decision have a three component basically, that is the decision environment. What is the environment? Means the alternative, the collection of information, the new ideas. If we take the example of decision environments, one condition, it I think it's happened in everywhere. Suppose a class example, like a class representative has planned a senior farewell, okay, at the college. An entire class has decided to call upon a famous personality as a chief guest. But what happened when there was a meeting and a student talk about the about the function. What they got, that the college stuff was college staff was not enough fund. What they will do, they will call their seniors, 4 to 5 years senior, they will call in the farewell. So what happened, they will not take any money. Okay, so these are the environment where the information there, the values, alternatives are there. The second is the effective of the effects of quantity on decision making. It happened, I think it's guaranteed, it happened with every student. Me, tomorrow you have to present one seminar, and one day before you started preparation for the seminar, you must 24 hours you are just doing the searching and making a good presentation, and the whole night you are not going to sleep, and morning 9 o'clock when you are going to present that presentation, what happened, the two lines you will not remember. That is what the quantity of decision. The meaning is that the exact information what you want, just search for that, just collect that much information. Don't collect so much information that will interfere your decision. So always collect information how much that you want. Okay, so the decision streams, the other things like example, when you enter a store to buy a DVD player or TV, you are faced with the pre-selected alternative stock by the storekeeper. Okay, there may be 200 models available in the universe of the model, but you will be choosing from only a dozen. Okay, in this cases, your decision has been constrained by the decision made by the others about which model you should carry. That's it. That is the example of the decision stream. So these are basically, these are the three components of the decision making. Okay, so what are the approaches? Approaches are like the group decision. Okay, and the authoritarian decision means group decision, the group share ideas, analyze and agree upon a decision to implement, where the second thing, the manager or the representative will take the decision based on the knowledge he can gather. Okay, he then explain okay the decision to the group and gain their acceptance of it. So these are the two approaches of the decision making, the group decision and the authority decision. So these are the some procedure. Okay, I'll explain all this step with the example that this is the process of decision making. Okay, so we'll start with the one example, a simple example, like if you want to make a decision, how you will go. The first thing, identify the problem and define the problem. Means, if you take the example, I want to prepare a breakfast tomorrow. I just want to prepare a breakfast tomorrow. So that is what. So identify the problem and define the problem means, need to prepare breakfast tomorrow. That is the problem. Okay. The second step, identify the decision to be made together with the goal it should achieve. It should achieve means, I can prepare with the available ingredient. It needs to be acceptable to everyone in the family. Okay. That is why, that is the identify the decision means, I can prepare with the available ingredients and it need to be acceptable to everyone in the family. Get the facts means, what I am capable of preparing. Okay, can I prepare breakfast tomorrow? So this is the fact. And then develop alternatives means, what are the different dishes that can be prepared. Okay, so first thing, get the fact, what am I capable of preparing or not. Then alternatives means, what are the different dishes that can be prepared. Fine, then rate each alternative means, the idli, the dosa or poha. So just rate each alternative. Then what are the risk of each alternative means, suppose if you want to make a idli and dosa, so preparation of the better must be done in the previous day. Okay, so if it is already late, then cannot prepare idli or dosa. Okay, so you should know what is the risk of each alternative, and finally you make the decision, man. Like, I have the ingredient, I know the cooking, now at the final idli dosa ipattu I am going to prepare. idli for the breakfast tomorrow. So at the end, when you know the risk of each alternative, rate each alternative, develop an alternative, get the facts. At the end, you make the decision. But remember, guys, decision you made the decision, but don't forget to evaluate, cross check. Ask your family member or ask your roommate that everyone liked that decision or not. So always evaluate that decision taken. So I just gave the example to know what is the procedure. So you always follow this procedure and make the decision. So now I'll give the one activity. Okay, so you just quickly, because we are short of time, and just fine, quickly just take a pen and paper, draw a table as shown in the figure. I have shown a figure. You just draw this table like that: positive factor, negative factor, and put two heading like positive and negative, and I will tell you the situation. Okay, so situation is because of the COVID-19, government has announced lockdown, but earlier a marriage function was decided in a home. Everyone is worried in the home, nobody know what should be done. If marriage is not postponed, what will be the positive and negative factors? Write in table and just quickly show me. You have just 2 minutes. I gave the situation. You just draw this table, positive and negative factor. List out what are the positive and what are the negative things. Quickly. Okay, any responses?
Not it.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, I just want one volunteer, just open the mic and just interact. Anyone can volunteer. Please do the active
Can
participation.
send.
Hello, Vaishnavi.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, hello, Vaishnavi. Yeah, tell.
So we can
Uh, your voice is breaking, Vaishnavi.
now.
Anyone? Quick response.
So positives will be that there won't be any financial loss because of the investments which were already made. And
Okay.
negative factors will be that it may cost a lot of lives because we never know how the virus will spread.
Okay. Okay. So I'm just asking you one question. After listed out the positive factor and negative factor, are you able to take a decision? Okay. So what is the what is the meaning of that activity? Okay. Suchika says yes, sir. Fine. Any response? Quick, fast. Okay, so Suchika says yes. Means what is the point to give the this activity? Always remember one thing. Okay, when you are going for the decision making, always write down the positive factor and the negative factor. Don't jump randomly on those situations. Think critically, think creatively, make a decision. While making the decision, just listed out the what is the positive thing, what are the negative things. Okay, so that will help you to take a decision. Okay, so somebody is giving so much of answers. So my point is that by seeing the creative thinking, critical thinking, it will help you always to make a good decision. And when you are making a decision, just write down all the positive and negative factor, and that will help you definitely. This is the one simple example. You can apply this, you can apply this thing in other situation of the life also. Whenever you want to take a decision, just write down positive and negative factor. That will help you to make a decision. Now we'll move on the our last life skills, that is the problem solving. And anybody just quick responses in the chat box, what is the problem solving? And this is our last life skills.
Yes, students, if you can define what is problem solving in your own way, you can just drop a message in the chat box.
Yeah.
So analyzing an issue and giving the right solutions is problem solving, sir.
That is very nice. Okay. So as she rightly said, she gave the right answers. So nothing, problem is a undesirable situation that is difficult for individual to change. I just want mention of one thing. We used to tell, I have this problem, I have this problem, I have this problem. Remember, if you can solve any situation by a less attempt, that is not a problem. Problem is that when you have to attempt, when you have to change the situation by giving lot of effort, that is the problem. So don't say I am feeling that I have this problem. If you can change the situation by a little effort, that is not a problem. By problem, you have to change the situation by a lot of attempts. Now we'll see what is the, there is a problem solving cycle. Okay, so what is that? How you can solve the problem? So first of all, like, identify the problem. I'll take a one example of anger. Somebody, like, very often they show their anger. So identify the problem means you are unable to manage the anger. So that is your problem. Now define the problem means anger is a strong feeling of displeasure, okay, or hostility which is affecting your life. Means that anger, somewhere is disturbing your life. Now how? Develop a strategy to fix the problem. What is the, how you will fix the problem of anger? By the anger management strategies. Okay, after that, organize the knowledge of the problem. Means the different techniques, different information regarding the anger management, so that you can organize the knowledge of the problem. Then figure out the resources available to user disposal. What it means if you are unable to manage, take professional help. Means you are just exploring the resources. If you are not able to manage the anger, you should always consult with the physician, with the counselors, with the psychologist. So the next is monitor one progress. Means after finding solution, practice them every day and observe and supervise. You should monitor that thing also. And the last, evaluate the solution for accuracy. If you have done so much of thing for the anger, at the end you should evaluate. Means assess whether anger has reduced or not. So these are the the cycle where you can find us, you can solve the problems. So, and these are the some techniques, brainstorming, hypothesis testing, lateral thinking, proof, reduction, research, root cause analysis. You should go to the root. You should know trial and error. Always try. And failure, if you learn from the failure, you will definitely do the good things. You will solve your problem. Okay, so this is all about the problem solving. At the end, I just want to tell that problem solving is nothing. It's just your view, your point of view. My dear friends, we all are facing from the different difficult situation of COVID-19, and some of time we always feel stress. We don't know how to solve the problems. I'm just telling, I have seen during the lockdown, some of the students committed suicide just because they sometimes they have a issue that they will fail. Some farmer doing the suicide because they are not getting benefits from from the crops. My dear friend, any problem in this world have always a solution. Every lock has a key. Okay, so don't be panic. Don't be dishearten yourself. Don't killing your ambitions. Don't killing your goals also. Just see that problem in a different angles, in a different perspective. Definitely you will get a solution. So don't worry. In this COVID-19 situation, if somebody is feeling that he is not able to manage the problem, he cannot solve the problem, now he can go to the US 15 Kendra, that is located in each district in the stadium. So he can get the guidance from the US 15 Kendra. Their Yuva Samalochka are there. They will guide them. They will give the suggestion, and they will also maintain the confidentiality of that participant. So my dear friend, the point is that every problem has a solution. Okay, you should not worry, you should not take stress. Just the thing that you have to see the problem in a different angle, from the different angle, different techniques. So that is all about the 10 life skills. And just one thing I just want to tell that and the conclusion that all the 10 life skills are interlinked with each other. If you have keenly observed, you would have understood how they are dependent on each other. Similarly, life skill training program and UI Spandana program are dependent on each other. For example, when the trained officer takes sensitization program of life skill for their student, during interaction they might encounter issue the student are facing. Then the officer would guide them about the US Spandana, I mentioned about the US Spandana Kendra and Siva Samalochka. So this is all about my side. During lockdown, be home, be safe, be stress free, and after lockdown, maintain distance, use mask, be safe, be stress free. Thank you. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for a wonderful session on essential life skills for our day-to-day lifestyles. You have explained beautifully, and it is really a challenging task to do virtually this life skills workshop, but still you did it. You spoke on coping with stress, creative thinking, critical thinking, decision making, problem solving. That was really wonderful. And today, take home life skills messages are like self awareness, empathy, effective communication skills, interpersonal relationships, coping with emotions, coping with stress, creative thinking, critical thinking, decision making, and problem solving. Really, we had a wonderful session, I feel. Now, I request Miss Likita HC to propose vote of thanks to this virtual August gathering. Over to Likita.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. The best and beautiful things in the world cannot be seen, even touched. They must be felt by heart. Thank you is one such prayer among them. Good evening, everyone. I'm Likita Hetsi, NSS volunteer, Kelis S. Nijlingappa College, Bangalore. I consider it a great privilege to propose vote of thanks to all the dignitaries who have witnessed it as a memorable and successful event. Formal learning can teach you a great deal, but many of the essential skills in life are the ones you have to develop on your own. On behalf of management, principal, heads of various departments, faculty, and students, we express our sincere thanks to today's eminent speakers, Dr. Anand Dikshit sir, Training Coordinator for Life Skills, Training and Counseling Services Project, Nimans, Bangalore, Dr. Sumara Cheman, Training Coordinator for Life Skills, Training and Counseling Services Project, Nimans, Bangalore, and Srimati Janki Prahesh ma'am, Yuva Parivartaki, Yas Spandana Kendra, Bangalore. Thank to all the speakers for investing their precious time to address us amidst all their busy schedule. We also thank Honorable Principal Dr. Arun Kumar B. Sonapanavar sir, who is driving force of our institution and who is constantly supporting us, guiding us, encouraging us in conducting various programs. There are unseen hands efforts behind every successful event. If a program has to be successful, it cannot happen overnight. It needs hard work and extreme dedication, and that was our principal, NSS program officer, and our NSS volunteers. My heartfelt thanks to all of you making this webinar successful. Thank you, Shuchika, for that such a beautiful invocation song. My sincere thanks to our management, principal, IQAC coordinator, NSS program officer, heads of various departments, and my dear friends for your active participation on today's workshop on life skills in association with Spandana Kendra, Youth Empowerment and Sports Department, Government of Karnataka, and Department of Epidemiology, Nimans, Bangalore. I would like to thank Dr. Pratibha K.S. ma'am for hosting this program and giving me this opportunity. Thank you all once again. Stay home, stay safe.
Thank you, Likita. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Stay safe, stay fit. And feedback link we already put in the chat box. You can give your feedback. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.